pun intended, one of the big climate fencing companies, and then that's got NM Rothschild funding in the news.
Yep.
First, he said it was all a lie. 2 weeks ago, we have the video. He goes, so what? I'm allowed to make money doing good. So now he just admits that he's going to get the money. I mean,
right.
We're openly paying it to him.
Yes, that's correct. This is a new feudal system. This is a feudal system. These are the new overlords who, with the collusion of governments, have given themselves the right to lord over the public. And as I say, they're taking over everything you need individually to survive and live on this planet. We'll have to go to them cap in hand for water, food, energy, everything we need. It's a new form of slavery.
Listen, I was watching a Maurice Strong video I saw yesterday. In fact, I sent it to you guys and forgot to play it, where he openly says in the 80s, oh, I've gotten in trouble for saying everybody should have a license to even have one kid in the U.S., but I do think that's the right thing to do. They're on record. And in this meeting with Oprah Winfrey and all these world leaders, the Rockefellers and people a month ago saying, you know, secret rich group meets to discuss reduction of population. This is all they're obsessed with.
Yes, it is. And unfortunately, as we know, with this odd situation that people cannot figure out, where governments bow to these characters, these private NGOs and foundations, and do what they're told. That tells you there is a parallel government that exists above the ones that we think we elect.
And they want you dead, folks. They don't even want to tax you and control you. They want you dead. It's the ultimate control freak, genocide, culling, wiping you out so they can inherit the New World Order promised land. Most of you listening, they're going to kill you. That's just a fact.
How would you like to cook any meal using no electricity or gas and cook your meals off the grid? Well, now you can, thanks to the Survival Oven. The Survival Oven is the most amazing off-grid solar oven that can cook anything that a conventional oven can without the energy bills. By condensing sunlight, the Survival Oven can produce temps up to 350 degrees, cook delicious and nutritious meals, sterilize water, dehydrate food, and so much more. All at zero operating costs. The Survival Oven can be used year-round, even in the coldest sub-zero temperatures, and is a must for emergency preparedness and even everyday use. Visit survivaloven.com to get your very own Survival Oven. Order the Survival Oven now, and we'll get you started with 2 cooking pots and a recipe booklet absolutely free. At less than 10 pounds, you can take Survival Solar Oven with you anywhere. Call 877-642-1553 or go to survivaloven.com. That's survivaloven.com.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
It is a big idea, a new world order.
In the near future, Earth is dominated by a powerful world government.
It's known as the Bilderberg Group. Could their objective be world domination?
For thousands of years, their dark order grew. Now, as they hail the birth of the New World Order, their great dream of exterminating 80% of humanity is at hand. For the first time in history, the elite's plan for world government is blown wide open. You will learn the secret that drives the entire New World Order agenda.
Bilderberg is making great progress toward a world government.
Most people have no idea. They're not after money. They have all the money they need. They're after power. That's their aphrodisiac.
Order Endgame on DVD at prisonplanet.com or Infowars.com, or watch it online right now at prisonplanet.tv. Endgame, blueprint for global enslavement. You have been warned.
Finally, in the news this evening, it's being reported that cyber spies from Russia and China have now penetrated our power grid. Even as energy experts are reporting that each summer we get closer and closer to the limits of our nation's power grid, some say that this summer's demand for electrical power may finally push the grid over its edge, creating a cascade of power outages across the country, putting us all in the dark.
Are you prepared for the next round of storm-related outages or government-created blackouts? Have you ever thought about taking steps to get off the grid and generate your own private supply of electrical power? If so, this will be the most important information you have ever heard. Solar-powered generators are finally available. They have no moving parts to wear out or break and require absolutely no gas whatsoever. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Check out mysolarbackup.com before you lose your power.
We've got that link. We're going to post it up on prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com. I'd actually played this about a year ago, and I'd forgotten about it. I mean, there's so much evidence. It's daily where Maurice Strong's saying, you know, all these horrible things about the New World Order and international bankers calling us cannon fodder, the population. Alan, tell folks some of the things that are in this video. You've also got it linked up on thematrix.com. Tell folks about some of the things they say on this video.
George Hunt has a business to do with environmental friendly products and so on. So he goes to these meetings for the environment where Maurice Strong goes and Rothschilds go. And you'll hear Maurice Strong on two occasions, two clips within that video, introduce Lord Rothschild. And Lord Rothschild comes on and basically advocates for another United Nations fund to be set up, another special bank to deal with the environment, one in many that's already there. And Rothschild, of course, you find in the clip, this bank they want to set up, funded by our tax money as penalties against the environment, will go through Rothschild's private bank, their family bank in Switzerland. So he'll be in charge of it. This multi-trillionaire doesn't need money, but here he is handling everyone else's money in the forms of penalization against the environment. It's just astonishing.
And tell folks some of the other things that Maurice Strong says in here.
Well, Maurice Strong, of course, as we know, was picked up by Rockefeller himself, groomed from a young boy, and he's been in God knows how many top United Nations positions. Currently, he's set up by the United Nations to even further the integration of East and West in China. He lives in China at the moment, but still working for the UN. He's been in charge. He is the one who set up the Biodiversity Treaty on behalf of Rockefeller. We're all under it now, this Biodiversity Treaty. We have no rights at all as humans, and every insect on the planet now is elevated much, much higher than we are. And it's to do with natural resources. The sharing of natural resources cannot be left into the private hands. It must go into these elitist organizations. That was all done at the first Rio conference they had. But Maurice Strong, when you go into his history, you'll find this in public broadcasting networks, in the television sector. They did a documentary on him, and when he was in China, he went to a graveyard to put flowers at his aunt's grave, and she was the best advisor to Mao Zedong. These families are international, intergenerational revolutionaries for this New World Order. It runs in their families.
Well, that's why in '76, the huge editorial written by David Rockefeller saying Mao did a great job killing 60-plus million people. I mean, they're proud of their mass murder.
Yes. Yes, they are. And they also highly laud the population reduction for abortions, mandatory abortions in China. Remember, they have said personally, and the United Nations has also said, that China is the model state for the world to follow. We've all to follow their policies.
Continue with what they plan to do to us on record.
It's out in the open now. There was a whole bunch of British newspapers came out about a month ago. I read them on the air, mainstream media, where the Optimum Population Trust, another big non-governmental organization, backed by the foundations, came out and called for the same policies as China to be mandated in Britain and the rest of Europe very shortly. They got front page coverage, whole pages on this, and the government